Welcome, Cancers. This is your July 2025 forecast. And of course, we want to say happy birthday to you. So I hope you're having a wonderful, well, this is actually going to be posted in June, but I hope that you definitely have a wonderful birthday month and celebrate for the whole month. And I also hope that you get all that you dream and desire and more. All right, so for you, Cancer, what's going to be highlighted here is this new moon in Leo plus a Pluto opposition, and that is going to occur on July 24th. And that's going to highlight your spiritual growth and development. Okay, so we see that coming out here immediately already. But there's inner transformation that's going to be ignited. And this is going to be because Pluto is really going to be challenging you to claim your identity and who you are, your purpose, your reason for being here. As well, you're being guided to perform any type of rituals that help you to step into the light and step into your power and step into your sovereignty and authority with self-love and self-compassion. So we do have, and we do see that your focus is going to be on spiritual growth and development with this judgment coming out. You may decide like you're going to step into a new chapter. This is your birthday month here, so you may be deciding, and it's so wonderful because I know like around my birthday time for me, it's not every single year, but it does be around my birthday time where I do feel like I've elevated or I've shifted timelines or I've come into a greater understanding of how things generally are, or like some really like revelation or some major like point of discovery happens for me around my birthday time. And like I said, it's not every year, but I do notice that that is happening. So I feel like this may be happening to you. So if you are one that does have a lot going on here, you're definitely going to have rest as a focus for you. And if you don't ensure that you're putting in that time for your self-care practices and allowing yourself that time to replenish your cup, then it will likely happen by divine intervention. So you may go ahead and realize that that's something that you want to do or need to do, or that would help you to feel like you are more like yourself and operating more from your authentic self if you are able to get more self-care practices in. So we also have the Emperor coming up, showing up here as well. So I feel like there is this balance between the spiritual realm and the physical realm that is coming up as a power for you, something that you're focusing on doing, or you're doing very, very well here. So you doing that well is inviting even more enlightenment, and you expanding your consciousness even more as a result of that process, because of how well you've been managing, how well you've been kind of walking in between two worlds and in between two timelines. And I feel like that's only because you are in the process of letting things go that aren't serving you, and you're shifting your focus through transformation, which we see is coming up for you this month, into that new timeline, into that new version of you. Okay, so we also have, let's look at some challenges here, some obstacles here, healing. Okay, so again, I said it. If you do not make time for these self-care practices and for yourself to heal, to replenish your cup, then it's going to come up as a challenge, and it's going to be one that is going to make it difficult for you to do and make progress in the ways that you really want to this month. So definitely get those self-care practices in. And then we have the Priestess coming out. That's very interesting here. So it's like you are focusing on stepping into your power, and some of you have done that already, but then there is still that piece that you're holding on to that you know is not serving you, or you may still have like those moments where you don't feel as confident, or you don't necessarily feel like you're as brave as you know you can be. So yeah, that may still come up as a challenge for you at times. and using your power. It is all here. It is all here. So your challenge is going to be to continue your healing journey, continue along the path of what excites you, what ignites that passion within you, and continue on your journey of making yourself whole and complete, and recognizing that that is who you are authentically. You're not any shell of who you are. And I know I didn't say that in a good way, but basically you in struggle, in the healing process, is not who you authentically are. You are moving your way back to your authentic self, who is whole and who is complete. Okay, so hopefully I said that better there. Let's see what else we have going on. So we have taking a vacation physically or mentally. And then we also have temptation will test you. Wonderful. Because there is that confirmation that it is going to be so important for you to get those self-care practices in, to take those moments of rest and relaxation and replenish your cup. And you may be tempted to go in another direction or to do things that aren't part of your healing journey, and you may be tempted to go back to old people, old ways of being, your comfort zone. But that's your challenge. That is, something that you designed for yourself to work through here. Okay, let's look at subconsciously here. Okay, so you're really working on balancing your emotions, and I feel like this is you like stepping into the full version of you. You're coming up right here. So this is you like allowing yourself to be that full, complete version of yourself that you know you are already, and you leading from your heart with your emotions managed and regulated very well here. Okay, so you definitely have that ability to manage your emotions and regulate them, and that is your superpower. One of your superpowers, because you have many, but that is what's going to help you to be successful in all other areas and aspects and components of your life, is you balancing your emotions and leading from your heart. So these are your dreams, your goals, your desires, and they're possible when you are coming from a balanced place. Okay. Let's look at your beliefs here. Yeah, so I do feel like you want to close chapters. You want to have a new beginning. What else? Okay. All right, and you want one where there is balance between the spiritual and the 3D world. And that may be in many different components here. And we said, so wonderful, we said that you balancing yourself from within is going to allow you to create more balance externally with your finances, at your employer, with your friends, with your family, with your children. Okay, so you creating that strength, grounding yourself from within is going to help you externally. This may be also focusing a little too much on sort of like the external environment, as opposed to going within and focusing your energy and allowing yourself to work towards balancing yourself from within. So just pay attention to that. Okay, so we have, what else here? We have the Two of Wands. Okay. So you may be presenting to everyone that you have everything under control, and there's no worries, there's no fears, you got it, you're balancing things appropriately, correctly. And for those of you that are doing that, that's wonderful, that's amazing, that's great. But some of you are not necessarily doing it as well as you would want it to be. Or you feel like there may be areas or large components that may be missed or dropped, or just long periods where you don't necessarily have that balance, but you're just trying to keep it together, and that is what you show the world. Like, hey, everything's fine, nothing's going on here, nothing to see, keep it moving. So just be aware of that, because you do want to be a more authentic version of yourself. And that's not to say like tell everybody your problems and be crying in front of everybody and all of that. Like, that's not what we're saying. But you know, there is this component of you're allowed to have those moments where you do need to take a step back and replenish yourself, body, mind, and soul, and that be okay. And people need to be okay with that. Your soul family, your soul tribe is okay with that. So anyone that's not okay with that, or that's making you feel bad, or that's just needing so much when you need those moments to yourself, then you need to consider if those are the right individuals for you to be around. Okay? Because it is that balancing act where, yeah, you can be that motherly type, that motherly energy. And that's no gender, just that supportive, protective energy to others. But then you also need time to give that energy to yourself. And whoever doesn't understand that, that's a flag for you to consider if they're able to align with you and able to be in your energy and in your life. Okay? And for those of you where you don't necessarily have that choice to separate from them or to take time away, then you can still set some healthy boundaries as a part of that process. Okay? All right, so let's see. Let's move to externally here. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups here. All right, so there's definitely love around you and in your environment. So you're being guided to really connect with those individuals that are showing that love back to you, right? And we just said that, as far as, you know, there may be people here that do need a lot from you because you are such a wonderful, loving, caring, kind individual, and you just naturally take care of people because that's who you are. So we know that that energy is out there, that people love that and they connect with that. But you want to connect with, and this is if you feel comfortable, with those individuals that are also giving you that energy back. Because that energy is out there. So this to me is like your soul family is out there and they do have love and support. And it's like it's available to you. But it's just a matter of you connecting with those individuals, those like-minded individuals that are giving as much as they're receiving, because that's what you deserve. Okay, so let's look at some guidance here. So we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so we have a lot of options available to you, and in a way that's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing, that there are a lot of options to you. And this, I'm hearing, is like for everything: for friendship, for love, for career, spiritual growth and development. There's so many avenues you can go down. There's so many different energies that you can connect with. It's like knowledge and wisdom and information and data that you can take in and process. So there's a lot going on here and a lot available to you, a lot of blessings and abundance. And it's just a matter of you deciding what's right for you, because not everything's going to be for you. Not everything you're going to be interested in. Not everything you're going to be wanting. It's not everyone, just because they have love to give, you're going to connect with them. Okay, so it's not everything here is for you. And this is just you deciding what is for you and who is for you and who you connect with, and allowing them to give to you as much as you're giving to them. We also have the Ten of Swords here. So you are also being guided to release some burdens, release the things that you are overthinking and overanalyzing in your mind. So there may be, we talked about some healing here that's coming up or that you're working through. So it is time for you to continue that work. And I would say here, it's not about continuing the work. It's about you stepping up in that area. That's what they were trying to say, like step up in that area and recognize and know that you may be completing some cycle. You may be allowing some loops to occur where you're bringing up the past and you're thinking about things that happened in the past, and it's time to let those things go, and you will do that when you're ready. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, you need to be doing this and this and this. Like, I'm not trying to tell you in that way. I'm just communicating the messages as I hear them, that you are being guided to work on your strength in that area, and know that you've learned the lessons that you needed to learn. When those things come up, when that past creeps up and replays in your mind over and over and over again, there's opportunity for you to stop it, to clarify to yourself what you've learned, what the lessons are, and to disconnect with that energy and to focus on the present moment is what I'm hearing. Yeah, stay in the present moment and decide your energy where you are in the present moment. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just let me know. We have the 9 of Coins here as well. And for some of you, you're being guided to work on your finances, to work on your health, to work on your wellness. Okay, so whatever those areas are that you feel like could use some attention and that you feel guided and inspired to focus, that's what you're being guided to do here, because it's all connected. It's all connected. When you're feeling good and you feel like you're attractive, and that doesn't mean like from a physical perspective, that just means in and out. You're glowing. That's what you're being guided to work towards, getting back into that space where you feel like your authentic self and you feel beautiful in all senses of the word. Because again, it's not about like looking that way. It's about feeling that way and being in that energy. Okay. What else? Let's look at some outcomes. Okay, so we do have you letting go of those burdens, releasing them, and knowing that you doing this is resulting in opening the energy up so that those blessings and opportunities and more abundance can come through to you. What else? So we have the Lovers here as well. So you reconnecting, and this could be you and your partner, or this could be you and your higher self being reacquainted, strengthening your bond, you and your intuition as well, you and source as well, you and your guides, you and your angels, whoever this is, whatever that energy is from a higher perspective. This is you, your ego self, and that energy connecting more deeply. Okay. We also have the Page of Cups. All right, so we have creativity coming back into play. We have you just enjoying yourself, having a good time, celebrating, and you living from your heart. So it's like you using like a heart-centered type of approach and thinking about your options and deciding what feels good to you based off of your intuition and running it through your heart space here. So you're definitely being guided to lead with your heart. Okay? And incorporate creative activities into your self-care regimen is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's see. What else? Let's get some oracles here. So we have illumination, like that path being illuminated for you. It is all there, what you're desiring, lessons. So I feel like this is a really strong message here, because we talked about there may be this tendency to replay scenarios in your mind. And this is really guiding you to see the light, see the lesson in that, learn it, and move on. You know what it is. You know you've already learned it. And this is you letting go of it and allowing yourself to heal. So we have the Pisces energy here. All right, so I feel like this is you getting back to your authentic, beautiful self in all aspects of the word. So you may be deciding to incorporate a more healthy living type of lifestyle into your environment. So eating healthier, getting nourishment, drinking your water, exercising. So this is also bringing up some amazing self-care practices like dancing and connecting with music as well. So incorporating some energy in, like moving your body is what I'm hearing that you're being guided to do. And I need to listen to that lesson myself here. So, you know, I'm not trying to judge in any way, but that's just what I'm hearing. So that may be helpful to you. Let's see what else here. So we also have the Hierophant. Okay, wonderful. So you may be, because I don't feel like this is you aligning more with institutions and organizations and structures. I feel like you may be in that process of deciding which are right for you. So if there's particular values, traditions, beliefs that you've always lived by, you're working through that, you're busting out of that, and you're not allowing yourself to be confined by those structures anymore. Okay, wonderful. Let's get some other oracles here. We have Seek the Truth. Wonderful, because this is about you expanding your spirituality and your growth, and that is what you're doing here. We have partnerships and alliances. So connecting with soul family. And again, we talked about that as well. So I love to see that come up as confirmation, because we know out in your external environment, there's a lot of soul family. There's soul tribe out there to connect with you, but you are being guided to really pay attention and make sure that you're receiving as much as you're giving. We have adventure. Wonderful. So some of you may have a vacation planned, or you may have, we talked about incorporating more creativity into your processes and into your activities. So find some self-care practices that take you on an adventure. Maybe it's like a nature walk, or a short trip, or a long trip. Whatever feels good to you, whatever feels right and comfortable, and something that you desire to do. Explore it, experiment. We also have the master number 55 here, so I am going to put a link in the video description. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can check that out. So let's see what else we have here. So we have inspiration. Wonderful. So this is you really finding what inspires you, and I'm hearing that you connecting more deeply within, doing your meditations or whatever other self-care practices you use. That's where you're going to find those creative sparks. So your ideas are going to come to you. You're going to feel inspired by incorporating those self-care practices in your daily habits. We also have family here. Wonderful as well, because we know that that is important to you. And maybe there is a way here. So one, your family can inspire you, of course, absolutely. But there may also be a way to incorporate your family unit into your self-care practices. And I know many people do that, take walks with the family, exercise with the family, and really just spending time with the family. I'm seeing some of you like doing movie nights as a family. I also see like a little activity like roller skating or rollerblading, or like getting out into the community, like going to the park or to the pool. So whatever this is, I see like all these visions of different activities coming into my mind. So that's a lot of idea. That is inspiration. And you taking those moments to reflect and replenish your soul is where like you're going to connect and receive visions and ideas. However you do, that's what I'm seeing, but it could be in any way that you feel inspired and those ideas come to you is what works for you, and that's the message for you. So we have leadership showing up here as well. So I'm hearing that with this leadership, you're being guided to really be that force within the family that shows how to incorporate spirituality into your everyday practices, so that you are continuing to grow and expand your mind and raise your frequency and vibration through any challenges or obstacles that come your way. So this is you really stepping into that leadership type of energy and showing what it means to live on a high frequency and a high vibration. Okay, so you are being that inspiration to others, and this is not just your family, it's others in the external environment that are watching you and that see you. Friends, family, colleagues, partners, in addition to your life partner, your children. Okay? All right, Cancer, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful month. Happy birthday again. Enjoy your birthday. We'll talk soon.